Alright, so the next group isn't on the main group of interest site, because next is Prometheus Labs on here. So, pattern screamers. Might as well click down here. Oh,
Oh, it's
okay.
001 proposal.
No, that's 000.
Oh, wait, yeah, that's not... I misread that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Alright, from SCP-S, because we don't have, you know, brief description of what pattern screamers is. So, there is no hub.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. From SCP-S, we have exhausted all our energy to show you that we are here. We show you our faces so you can see our pain, so you can see our sorrow and our hate. Oh, damn!
That's not encouraging.
Yeah.
Someone needs to hit their caps lock key real quick.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
will not stop screaming until I am free. So I guess I should be louder.
I'm guessing this is sound paradigm shift. What did I say it wrong?
Paradigm.
Paradigm. Okay.
That one I can't fully blame you on because again, that one's just
English.
it does not look like it should sound like paradigm.
Yeah.
But that is paradigm.
Yeah. All right. A pattern had emerged, so foreign, so alien, it spun upon itself into an infinite simul. I've never seen that word.
Infinitesimal.
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 Shut up. Infinitesimal. Alright,
Is
point.
this the real world or is this just fantasy?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm needing these laughs tonight. Thank you, Bray.
you're welcome. Point deeper than could be perceived. Point in light and sound and being and producing form. Why so many ands? The spiral kept pulling, it grabbed and contorted, spread and consumed, tore at abstraction, instituted order, a sensation arose across the all that was and had ever been pain.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's SCPs related to it?
Yep.
Yeah.
From SCP-000, I will not stop screaming until I am free.
So, do we want to check out 000?
Yeah. It's been a while since I last read this. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh, right here. You gotta highlight to see it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this is the same with the, what's its number? You don't recognize the bodies in the water. There's hidden messages in that article.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Alright. This is from SCP-000 itself. This cage is vast. It has no walls. Where I stand still, all I see is a white plain stretching across an equally blank sky. There is no life in this place. I can move for as long as I choose, but should I stop even for a moment, I am snapped back to this spot, forever damned to be tethered to my prison. Despite this, I have wandered far, exploring the purgatory I have known for countless years. In my travels in this wasteland of white, I have seen flashes of things, horrible things, that simply should not be. Grotesque abominations that appear for moments at a time, only to disappear as if they had never been there at all.
Right.
Yeah?
Right. Please reread the G word.
Grotesque?
There you go. Okay, I don't know if it was just me. It sounded like you said grotesque.
Oh.
It did, but that's okay.
Grotesque.
Yeah. Alright. Memories of these creatures continue to lead me back to one memory specifically. A black, shapeless being, a formless thing that could not have been created by any god in this or any other reality, appeared ahead of me as I walked and stared at me with dead crimson eyes. As I drew closer to it in my mind, I could feel its hate, its rage, and its fear, emotions I know well but have never experienced with such intensity as I felt from this entity. As quickly as it came, it disappeared, and for a brief moment I swore I could see its twisted maw speak a word, an utterance I have yet to understand in content and context. Foundation. I have puzzled over the meaning of this word, this final message of a nightmare creature whom I have not been since. I have tried to approach the other flashes in hopes of learning more about this world, but I am barely able to comprehend their appearance before the creatures disappear back into the void from which they were spawned. It has made me wonder, what are these creatures? Where do they come from? Where do I come from? How did I get to this place? How do I get out of this place? These questions remain unanswered, and I fear they may never be answered, the thought of which serves only to drive me mad. It is curious that the other effect of the chance encounter has proven far more productive. Prior to this, I was unaware that I possessed a mouth or vocal cords or any mechanism to make noise. Though I knew I drew breath, the emptiness around me provided surprisingly little auditory feedback, with the air rushed into my lungs. Despite this, sound was not only possible, but now almost inviting. After hearing the wretched words spoke to me out loud, I felt it was my duty, no, my right, to destroy the silence I had known for so very, very long. We began as a whisper barely audible, grew and grew as I became more and more emboldened by my newfound abilities. Soon I was shouting nonsensical words to the skies, laughing in my mind as the silence was broken by me. And even more surprisingly, the world listened. Ripples of energy appeared in the air, controlled solely by the weight and volume of my voice. Should I whisper, they would be soft and light, floating whimsically for a few seconds before disappearing. Should I yell, they would be sharp and heavy, angrily stabbing themselves at the useless oblivion around me. This pleased me greatly, for it gave meaning to the chaos, gave me purpose. I was no captive. I was a god. This was not my prison, but my realm. My words were law, my voice my weapon. Though these powers, I could recreate this realm into one of life, one of joy that I controlled, that I rule justly. This is how it would be, for I had decided it would be so. I grinned as I focused all my energies, all my hopes, and all my ambitions into one tumultuous, deafening bellow, the roar that would begin my reign as Lord of the Hollow Nothingness. But it did not change anything. The ripples my effect created, though incredibly violent in nature, vanished only a few seconds after, leaving no trace of any impact they may have made on this damn abyss. I tried again, with no change to the outcome. Over and over, I shouted, my angry yells eventually devolving into screams of fear and horror at the prospect of being trapped endlessly in the damn empty silence that pervaded this abominable place. I screamed and screamed until I could not hear until I could not scream anymore, at which point my only other option was to weep. It was not fair. It was not fair. It is not fair. I did not do anything to deserve this fate. Why am I here? Who or what would be so cruel as to trap someone in a blank nothingness for eternity? Foundation. Did it do this to me? Is Foundation my captor, or is it my creator? It does not matter. It will howl and shriek at the emptiness, and until the waves of force I created rips open and exit from this hell, and then I may be able to find the truth, the one fragment of logic and reason in this unending sea of madness and despair that is my existence. I will not scream it until I am free.
Yeah, the Foundation did not do that to him.
Yeah, let me read this message from the person who is supposed to be studying 000. Alright, I'm sick of this shit. The system keeps kicking out repair tickets for the spot and database, and I don't want to bother with it anymore. I'm going to put suppression on any tickets involving the 000 slot of the database, because it's disrupting workflow for an actual problems and generally just pissing me off. I don't know why it keeps fucking with the syntax, but the fact of the matter is that it's only happening here, and considering that the only thing here is just a giant pile of junk data, it's more than likely the database pissing itself over lack of proper information. If anything changes, I'll definitely look into it, but as of right now, the issue is closed. Technical Researcher Rosin.
Yeah, so he's stuck in there. No one knows how he got in, and no one knows how to get him out because they don't know he's in there.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah. So yeah, there's... And now they're stuck in there forever because the researcher closed it off. Okay. I'm guessing that entity was talking about was this, because if you look at the image right here,
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's what it was seeing, that was saying foundation.
Oh. Oh my.
I'm guessing we're gonna need to see another SCP. Oh great, this is a Keter. It is at the worst disruption class.
Oh, fun. Also, I would simply like to say that there is Shark Yuri on Twitter right now.
Yeah. So
And
since...
Brazilian Miku.
Got it. Alright, so would anyone like to start at the description of 2821? So I'm not the only one reading tonight.
Give me a sec.
Okay, you'll
I'll
read it?
do it.
I was gonna do it.
Oh.
Yeah, alright.
Let's see. So what's our number?
2821.
28, 21. Okay, so we just do the description.
Yeah, description down to get as much information.
Okay. SCP-2821 is a spherical. Why? I don't know why that. I don't know why the word spherical just broke my brain a little.
Jesus Christ, that footnote. You'll see.
But footnote 1. Oh, damn. uh, 2821 is a spherical spatial anomaly theorized to be a true vacuum located 1.25 kilometers from lunar area 32 in a spherical cavern with a diameter of 0.9 kilometers. And true vacuum, according to quantum field theory, a vacuum refers to a space with as little energy as possible in it. As quantum fields still exist, by removing as much energy as possible creates a false vacuum, which does not have the global possible minimum of energy. The global minimum of energy would be a true vacuum, though there would be a barrier to reaching such a state. This makes a false vacuum metastable, as it would get past the barrier and fall to the lowest energy levels if certain energy requirements were met. It is theorized that our universe exists as a long-lived false vacuum on the border of stability. Based on the mass of the top quark and Higgs boson, an extension of the Higgs field, which gives particles interacting with its mass. If an event such as a quantum tunneling occurs with the Higgs field, where a particle could tunnel past a barrier, the result of the Higgs field reaching the lowest energy level would create a true vacuum. The true vacuum would be a bubble expanding in all directions at the speed of light, destroying anything that comes in contact with it. The inside of the true vacuum would operate under entirely different laws of chemistry and physics than the universe. In short, a true vacuum is a region of space at the lowest possible energy level, expanding at the speed of light. Said region would operate under different laws of chemistry and physics, leading to the destruction of anything entering it. A diagram representing general meta-stability in the scenario. 1 represents the Higgs field in a false vacuum, 2 represents the field on the verge of transition, and 3 represents the Higgs field in a newly formed true vacuum. At this point, the field would have the lowest potential energy. Well, that all hurts my brain. But that's okay. So that's this SCP is that, but condensed and not expanding yet, I guess.
Yeah.
The size of the size of 2821 changes erratically at the speed of light, though it currently has a diameter of 0.55 kilometers. Any objects entering SCP-2821 will become subject to the current laws of physics within the anomaly, which change at random intervals. 2. The longest lasting and most important ones are detailed in Addendum 1. Amendum. Often causing the destruction of said object. At times, objects can be seen forming or moving around within 2821, labeled 2821-1 instances. Occasionally, 2821-1 instances have left 2821, often breaking apart into various radioactive isotopes and particles. One central entity can be seen within the anomaly, labeled 2821-2. This entity appears as a mass of rapid flashing colors with occasional tendrils coming out of it, and has remained permanently in the center of 2821 since its discovery. It is theorized that 2821-2 is either the cause of the anomaly or is preventing its expansion. Occasional radio transmissions are detected coming from 2821. A majority of these radio transmissions are static, though some contain speech from an unknown individual and miscellaneous noises. The lengths and times at which these translations occur are random, though some of their content has similar themes. Investigation into this is in progress. 2021 was discovered during tunneling for Lunar Area 32 to Lunar Area 13, which would have served as a means of transportation between the two sites. On oh, my brain. Okay, so it's April 13th, 2015. After digging 1.25 kilometers from Area 32, a piece of mining equipment fell into a large cavern containing SCP-2821. At this point, the cavern had a diameter of 0.8 kilometers, and 2121's size was fluctuating at a rapid rate. During the ensuing investigation and deployment of containment procedures, 2821 reached a diameter of 0.3 kilometers for a day before reaching 0.9 kilometers, creating the current cavern size and creating a hole to the lunar surface. This investigation led to the current accepted theory of this being a true vacuum. If 2821 were to begin expanding at the rate dictated in quantum field theory, it would lead to a VK-class reality restructuring event. Footnote 3. An event where the universe's existing physical laws are altered to new anomalous laws, with anything entering the anomaly following its new laws of physics and chemistry. As it takes 1.3 seconds for light to travel from the Earth to the Moon and vice versa, both the Moon and Earth would be destroyed before the Foundation could take a course of action. After 6 hours, most of the solar system would be destroyed. As the size of SCP-2821 changes at random, this could occur at any given time. Work on creating a suitable means of containment to prevent a VK-class event is currently in development. The leading plan, Project Heisenberg oh, that's a word.
Oh gosh, my fart.
Styriakis. Are you okay?
Oh,
Yeah, you
I
good?
forgot to mute myself. It's okay. Keep reading. I did not fart in a way that makes me feel like I. Oh gosh.
Involves the deployment of a modified Scranton reality anchor to either force 2821 into staying at a set size or to neutralize it. Currently, issues with the plan include transportation of the device to Lunar Area 23 and possibility of unknown interactions between 2821 and the device, which could cause worsened containment or the expansion of the anomaly. Refer to the document's proposal for proper containment of SCP-2821 and Project Heisenberg's overview for further information. Addendum .2821-1. Below is a table detailing physics seen in 2821, each designated with, oh, I'm guessing that's a Greek numeral or Greek letter that I don't know, and a number. This only lists the longest lasting and important physical states. A full document of all recorded states and further information can be seen in document 2821-V1. Okay. Uh, I'm just gonna say entry 0. This is the designation of a majority of the physics sets seen in 2821. This is not any single physics set, but refers to periods where the anomaly is rapidly changing its physics, or when the physics prevent any major visible effects. The most that is seen in this is occasional particles, a visual effect resembling static, and clouds of particles. These particles usually last for a few seconds or less. This state is likely what a non-anomalous true vacuum would appear like if one were to exist. Occasional radio transmissions consisting of static are detected coming from 2821 in this set. Entry 2. During this set, 2021-1 instances in the form of light blue rocky objects were orbiting -2. A probe was sent into 2821, which experienced some communication issues. It began to be pulled into orbit and was destroyed when 3 -1 instances collided with the probe and destroyed it. Okay, just as a side note, unnecessary repetition there. That's a little bit of a pet peeve in writing. Destroyed when yada 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 probe and destroyed it. In the same sentence. Meh.
Gotcha.
Anyway, a secondary probe equipped with thrusters that would activate 3 minutes after entering 2821 around the time it enters orbit was sent into the anomaly a week later. Upon thruster activation, the probe began to exit SCP-2821 with 2-1 instances following. These instances vanished after exiting 2821, releasing large amounts of gamma radiation. Equipment on board the probe detected 0.7 amount, less than 0.7 Gs coming from 2 when it was briefly in orbit. Camera footage taken shows the area outside of 2821 as heavily distorted, suggesting that outside light is bent when entering the anomaly. So far, this has been the only physics set to allow for objects originating from outside of the SCP to survive within the anomaly. Entry 7. Initially, the set resembled Entry 2, but after an hour, all movement of the -1 instances ceased. During this, sensors in the chamber detected a temperature of 0.00000001 Kelvin before malfunctioning and breaking. Objects brought into the chamber would lose momentum. Objects brought into the chamber would lose momentum as it got closer to 2821, gradually slowing until reaching a complete stop. This decrease in momentum was likely the result of particle movement decreasing as the temperature got colder, which stops entirely at 0 Kelvin or absolute 0. Ooh, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, I know about that little detail, that if we reach true 0, then it quite literally just stops everything, because energy and mass can't move at that level. Makes me think of Satoru Gojo's Infinite Void from Jujutsu Kaisen. It is unknown how cold 2821 got during this, though it is likely the temperature reached temperatures incredibly close to 0 Kelvin. 2821-2 experienced no changes in movement or behavior. Following the end of this set, a radio transmission was detected saying, "The place outside of worlds," translated from Nepali. Oh, I just realized I've been forgetting to mention durations. Entry 0 is variable, entry 2 is about 2 weeks, entry 7 is 12 hours, entry 11, 1 month. Various 2821-1 instances, I need to just say -1 instances, were seen drifting through the anomaly, resembling a variety of green, blue, and purple complex hypertrochoids and epicteloids, mathematical roulette curves, typically drawn with a spirograph. Inspection with long zoom cameras shows that these instances are also composed of smaller hypertrochoids and epicteloids, possibly going down to the atomic level. It is believed that these structures are the result of atoms being able to form chemical bonds that naturally form these shapes. At times, smaller instances would go through gaps in larger ones and vanish. One instance exited 2821 and immediately broke apart into radioactive isotopes of carbon, hydrogen, and nitrogen. A radio transmission of Hurrian hymn number 2, the oldest known melody, being sung by female voices, was detected 3 times in this set. Okay. Entry 14 lasted 6 months. For 1 month, various -1 instances resembling nebulae Yeah, probably nebula. Manifested inside 2821 with bright spots similar in appearance to stars in and around them. After this month, the color of -1 instances and -2 began to become red in hue over the course of 2 months, with movement decreasing as well. At the end of these 2 months, no movement was observed, and everything in 2821 was colored with various shapes of red. It is theorized that this was redshift. Redshift is an effect in physics where light coming from an object increases in wavelength towards the red end of the spectrum, which occurs when an object is moving further away from the viewer. This is caused by light coming from the object taking longer to reach the viewer as it moves away. The opposite of this with an object heading towards the viewer is known as blue shift. Okay, I think I remember that stuff from like 10th grade science class. Caused by the speed of light decreasing inside the anomaly. So it's a redshift caused by the speed of light decreasing. 3 months later, 2821 entered another physics set with normal coloration returning after an hour. This is believed to be the speed of light returning to its normal value. A radio transmission was detected coming from 2821 at the end of this set by Foundation radio telescopes, which showed the cosmic microwave background with a Sierpinski triangle overlaid on it, a fractal made of equilateral triangles. Oh, okay, I think I know what that is. Oh my god, this one is... Why did I... Why did I take on this undertaking?
Well,
I
if
could
you
have
want
let
to
Jerry
break,
suffer for this.
if you want to break, I need to go to the bathroom. Well, we got a Keter in a, I guess, relatively safe because they're stuck in that dimension. Chaotic neutral, says Bookworm.
I'm good with that.
No, the problem is we don't know what relation these have to pattern screamers.
Yeah, because now what I'm seeing...
we have to read another SCP.
Well, I'm just gonna keep reading this one. We haven't gotten to the end of it.
Gotcha. Alright, ready.
Okay, let's see. Okay, entry 15 lasted 24 hours. In this set, -2 was replaced with a black spherical object, and 2821 reached a brightness of 100,000 lumens per square meter. -1 instances were rapidly expelled from the spherical object, damaging equipment in the chamber and the chamber walls. The instances were twisted chunks of rock and metal, along with unknown objects made of various elements on the Foundation's expanded periodic table. A majority of the elements were emblandium and yacerium.
Oh, hold on, Hitch. I like Bookworm's theory. I think pattern screamers might just be a destination towards entities trapped in various voids across the universe, hence why there's no hub for them.
Oh, maybe, okay. A chunk of metal.
Can it really be placed as a good or bad?
Yeah.
It's not really a group.
Yeah. One chunk of metal had what resembled the insignia of the Foundation orbital division on it, along with unknown text below it. Minkowski space-time monitors around the anomaly detected 190 trillion negative 190 trillion Gs during this set. It is unknown what happened in this set, with theories including the reversal of gravity and the formation of a white hole. Ooh, that's fun. A hypothetical region of space-time that cannot be entered from the outside, but matter and light can leave it, essentially the reverse of a black hole. Yeah, instead of a point of infinite mass that sucks in It's a point of infinite something that pushes out.
Gotcha.
Entry 17 lasted 4 hours. For approximately 4 hours, the anomaly, along with any -1 instances present, and -2 disappeared. Experiments performed in the space previously occupied by 2821 showed no anomalous properties, suggesting that the anomaly had been neutralized at the time. After the 4 hours, 2821 reappeared operating under the physics of instance 12 or 11, which is the fucking crazy shapes one. Yeah. It is theorized that the event was the result of 2821's physics randomly becoming standard physics, though it is unknown how this could occur with its possible state as a true vacuum. This has led to debate over the accuracy of this theory. Despite this event, a radio transmission was detected coming from where 2821 formerly was, after 3 hours, saying, "The mind numbs in that white expanse." Entry 20 lasted 5 minutes. One of -2's tendrils began to extend to lengths beyond those which were previously observed, forming a spiral pattern centered around -2. After expanding to the edge of 2821, Foundation anti-cognito hazardous bots blocked footage of the rest of the event. This event is the only observed behavior of its kind from -2. Request to experiment with the footage to determine any cognito hazardous effects is pending. Addendum .2821.2. On the 15th of September, that is, 2016, a radio transmission originating from 2821 was detected. The transmission was 4 minutes long, with audio composed of static, multiple languages, and miscellaneous noises. Known languages used are Spanish, Icelandic, Yiddish, Scottish Gaelic, Otothan, and Esperanto. This takes us to another SCP.
Or Tothan.
Tothan, and Esperanto. Below is a mostly translated transcript of the transmission. Oh my gosh. How many times can we smash the suffix trans into one sentence without mentioning trans people? Words that have no exact translation to English are in brackets along with any sounds or unknown words. Capitalized sentences show any loud portions of the transmission. Okay. Trapped, imprisoned, there was void, and it was maddening. Horror, abomination made dolphin whistles. Stay. They build a lock and threw away the key. Whale calls, left area out of realms and back to unknown. Shattered, broken. The comrades were ensnared in the wires and bled, broken. A minute of static. The home returned to is in chaos. Reality ended with dolphin whistles. Reality ended with dolphin whistles. Absence. And its killer stares back at me and into my being. Unknown. Consumed and fragmented and torn asunder. Trapped, imprisoned. Guards, unknown hounds, got them and ripped their minds. The flesh was extracted and stored forever. Fix, repair. Imminent of static. Yesodon, believed to be an organization of unofficial name for one based on texts from GOI 03088, the Church of the Second Hytoth.
Oh, I remember them.
Yeah. Yesodon, a horrid name, and when it is slain, when the embodiment unknown is struck down, sounds similar to construction work. Order, patterns, a minute of static with random fluctuations in volume. Whale whistles, scream, Yesodon, listen. Static until the end of the transmission, with noises similar to the sound of waves.
So yeah, basically kind of looks like just entities, like what Bookworm said, trapped in different voids.
This might just be a destination towards entities trapped in various voids across the universe, where there are no hub for them.
Yeah, I think that as well. Therefore, I don't think it should get a classification of good or bad. It's just very unfortunate.
SCP-3930 does not exist.
Really? Because it immediately popped up for me.
No, I'm saying it right here, because in description, SCP-3930 does not exist.
Yeah, and yet for special containment,
Oh.
it's like, oh yes, do all these things.
Yeah, here, I think what Bookworm's right, because SCP-3930 is a static void located in a 1 kilometer perimeter near Usenik, Russia.
Okay, so it's just a general categorization for the poor sods trapped in various voids.
Yeah.
True neutral.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really anywhere else we could put that.
Yeah.
Doth Jiri agreeth?
Yeah. Does Jerry agree?
Yeah.
I like how Bookworm figured it out before we did.
Yeah, honestly, I was more focused on trying to keep my brain from imploding.
I still think that should we really designate it when it's not really a group but just a designation?
Well, it's on the group of interest field guide, so.
That's true.
Yeah.